Good morning, Your Honor. I will be pleading non-guilty today, and I will be representing myself.
Okay, there's a certain way we go through things. Just bear with me a second. So the first thing is that you're charged with failure to stop and give information. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or 2,000. I know that you're ready to say, go through your list of this and that, but because you want to talk, you're not listening. I need you to listen for a second. I'll give you time to talk, I promise. Just let me get through the spiel and then I'll give you an opportunity, okay? You're charged with failure to stop and give information. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay, we're just going to do probable cause because I don't know what happened. Maybe there's no probable cause and then you're out of here. I don't know. Stop. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that. They're DAs. Every single thing you say, they're going to sit there and type to use you.
I know that's my right.
Just hold on. Let's do probable cause first. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On June 15th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a crash. They met with the complainant who reported that she was involved in a crash with a Toyota Tundra and provided the license plate number. The male with gray shorts, no shirt, and tattoos stepped out of his vehicle and offered the complainant to follow him back to his house, and the complainant declined the offer. The defendant then left the scene without giving any information and sideswiped the complainant's vehicle a second time. The officers began to head to the car's registered address, 0.4 miles away, when they received a second call for help at the address they were headed to. At the address, a male matching the description provided by the complainant was having a mental episode in front of his house. The defendant admitted to driving and leaving the scene without giving information. The damage was approximately $2,000.
Okay. All right, Mr. Peeler, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
So on June 15th, I was in a state of psychosis, and I have
Hold on.
documentation of the settlement that took place for the liability property damage which occurred on that incident. I have the claim number in front of me if you need it, Your Honor, for that settlement. I have the mental health crisis documentation discharge summary provided by the Harris County Constable living at 13800 Lake Superior Lane if you need that. Upon further request, I can provide documentation of the discharge from the hospital that I went to.
Let's do this.
Supporting the mental health.
Mr. Peeler.
And I'm disabled. So.
Let's do this. Why don't I have you talk to a lawyer? Okay. Your lawyer can talk with you, get to know you, find out what happened, and then they can approach the state to try to, see what's going on.
But I'm disabled and I don't want to be, and I never was.
Just don't say anything.
Warrant at all. I never received anything in the mail, not once. So how can
Sometimes cases work like that. Sometimes a person is involved in some kind of situation where a warrant will not issue immediately to where they get taken into custody at that time.
Well,
those are called
in the mail, so I assumed that I would have received something.
Never assume anything.
You're right.
Never assume anything. But let's do this. I can have you talk to a lawyer here momentarily. You can explain your situation to the lawyer. The lawyers can talk to the DA, and then we can work something. Okay.
So
just hold on.
I agree.
I don't want you to say anything because there are a bunch of DAs here and everything you say, they're going to use it against you. I will give you the opportunity, but first let me have you talk to a lawyer. I've got a bunch of them and they're great. They truly will help you out. Okay, really. Yeah. So let's do this. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. I'm just going to have you take a seat in the jury box while I find your lawyer. Be patient though. I've got 150 people here, Mr. Peeler. Okay, so just be patient. Okay.
Failure to, well, I actually did stop. I mean, for the record, we both have exchanged words outside our vehicle.
Okay, come on.
Proctor, Bessie.
Good morning, Ms. Stokes. Ma'am, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On October 31st, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a Walmart in Harris County, Texas, in regard to a theft. Upon arrival, the officer met with the complainant, the loss prevention staff, and the defendant. The complainant advised that she observed the defendant concealing items on her person along with skip scanning items at the register. The complainant then observed the defendant proceed to walk out of the store, passing all points of sale. Total cost was $49.92.
Stokes, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm barring you now, and I'm ordering you not to go to any Walmart for any reason. You understand? If I find that you go to Walmart and I don't care what your reason is, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You're already on bond for a felony theft as it is now. It's very possible they revoke your bond and issue a felony warrant for your arrest. What happened with the felony theft that she's on now?
Your Honor, on the felony theft, it says that the officers were on patrol and ran the vehicle through NCIC and noticed the vehicle was reported stolen. The traffic stop was conducted. The driver of the vehicle was identified as the defendant. The complainant identified herself as the sales manager of the auto dealership and stated the defendant came into her office to purchase the vehicle for $11,000. The complainant stated the defendant presented 3 money orders for $1,000 each as down payment. The complainant stated they only allowed the defendant to leave with, they allowed the defendant to leave with the vehicle. The complainant stated several days later she found out the money orders were stolen. The complainant contacted the defendant and told her to return the vehicle immediately, which were ignored.
And I see that she has yet another one from March of this year as well. Same thing.
Let me see, Your Honor. In that incident, she used stolen identifications and rented a car for 1 day and was supposed to return it, but failed to return the vehicle.
I'm ordering you not to drive. I am making it a condition of your bond that you're not to drive. Do you understand? Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll run it, Your Honor.
You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to appoint your lawyer today, ma'am, and then we'll talk about all your bond conditions. I'm going to have you sign a receipt of Victoria, and then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box, ma'am. Do not go away until we have you talk to the lawyer, okay? Please.
Right this way. All right, Judge, next is page 19. Warsaw, Emily.
Is it Ms. Warzebach?
Warzebach.
Ms. Warzebach, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On October 23rd, 2024, the officer was conducting surveillance at a department store in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant enter an Old Navy. The officer made contact with the complainant, the loss prevention manager, who stated the defendant entered the store, selected multiple pieces of clothing, and walked towards the front of the store. The defendant abandoned merchandise on the table, but kept a white sweater. The defendant passed all points of sale with the unpaid sweater, causing alarms to sound. The officer observed the defendant remove the security tag and throw the tag on the ground. The officer made contact with the defendant and recovered the sweater.
All right. Okay, Ms. Warzebach, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. I'll appoint your lawyer today, but sending you for a drug test. If you fail to go take the drug test, if you fail to come back, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am? Okay, take your seat for me, please.
Time for the fur today.
You've done the TRAS? Okay, great. That way we know what to,
About to start a job at Fiesta. There's somebody.
Can I get the thumbprint first?
We need your thumbprint, please. I've got another Brown on a DVR. That's why I thought it was. Okay. All right. Good morning, Ms. Brown. Ms. Brown, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you a 13-month deferred. That is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. This is really important. You don't need a conviction because when you get one, you become very difficult to employ, meaning it gets very difficult to get a job. The more convictions you get, the more difficult it is to get a job because people know that you have a volatile, meaning trigger temper, that if you get upset, holy moly, she could lose it and just, so it's really important that you make this work. Not only that, if you complete it successfully, you can have it sealed after a while so that the public can't see it. I will pay for it for you. If you complete this and you can qualify for the sealing, I'll do it for you for free. All you got to do is come back. And I'll make it even better for you. If you do everything you're supposed to do, stay out of trouble, I'll cut you loose in half the time. 7.5 months, you can be done with this thing, no conviction on your own. How does that sound? Be nice. It's not hard. That's all you got to do. If you get upset, walk away. Go somewhere else. You know, when I get upset, I distance myself from everyone. I'll go over there. I'll go run. I'll find something else to do. You know, my kids piss me off like crazy. What do you think I do? Yeah. It would be very easy for me to just beat them into submission, beat them and spank. And no, that's not the right way. If I get upset, I get up and I leave, walk out of the house. I'll go to find something else to do. That's what you need to do when you get upset. It's not the end of the world. It's never the end of the world. All right. So what does the TRAS say that she has to do?
She's gonna have to be in the mental health.
Shh.
group,
Okay, great.
career management, cognitive behavioral therapy,
Okay,
job skills training, and monitoring and psychotropic medication and treatments.
great. That sounds great. You know, do this 7 months, I'll let you loose and then you're done. We early terminate people all the time for when they do well. We let them go in half the time. My only issue is, will she qualify for funding? Do you know?
I would have to ask.
Because she doesn't have any money. And if one of the conditions on here is GPS monitor, there's no way she's going to be able to pay for that. I know that we have, is it
Because
TLAP?
that was something that her case manager had recommended that he thought would be helpful for her. And so
I think it's a great idea. But what I want to do is be able to pay for it because I know that she can't, and I can't waive the fee while she's on probation, but she might be, I know that she'll qualify for the funding. Can we try?
We can verify.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get you to qualify so that you don't have to pay for anything. Okay. But if you ever have a problem, do you have Josh's number?
This is my tablet, so like, don't have any contact.
Who took it?
My God.
Did she tell you, is it she or he?
She,
Did she tell you how you can get it back? Is the guardian here now? How did you get here?
my group home staff, we did it.
They here
Uber.
now? Where, are they in the courtroom? Can you, who is it?
Miss Simone.
Yeah, but where? Miss Simone, do you mind coming up, ma'am, please? Yes, come on up. And Josh, give her my card too. Will you? This is my card. If you ever need anything, all you got to do is just, you have us. I mean, Miss Brown, we're always here to help, you know? All you got to do is just make a call, send me an email.
I'm Simone.
Hi, thank you for coming. So they took her tablet.
Yes, they did.
How can she get it back?
In,
Shh.
in 1 month, if she behaves well.
You can get it back. It's not the end of the world. If you're good for a month, they're going to give it back to you. Right? Can you do that? Okay. You'll have it back in a month. That gives you a way to be able to contact us. So she's getting into a probation today. It's a 13-month probation. I told her that if she does well, then we'll take her off in half the time. All she has to do is the anger management class, stay up on her medication. And then there was one more important thing. What was it? The cognitive, it's therapy. Okay. Do that. Things will go well. All right. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you enter into this agreement, this is a contract you're signing with us. You either complete it successfully. If you violate it, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. We put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out in orange, like you've seen all the other people that come out. And we're going to discuss whether you violated it. And if you did, we can put you in jail for an entire year. Do you understand this? This is serious business because you could go to jail for an entire year if you violate this. If you get violent with someone, if you do something you're not supposed to, if you pick up a new case, if you don't do your classes on time, if you break curfew, it's a problem. Can you get it done? Okay, I wish you luck. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I won't find you guilty. I'm going to wait 13 months. Make us proud. You'll be done in 7.5. All right? All right. Good luck, Ms. Brown. Artavia Ellis.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Ellis, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. I know you don't have one, but we're going to do probable cause first. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On November 8th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The complainant stated that he and the defendant had been dating for at least 2 years and stated that he and the defendant had been staying with each other at the defendant's apartment or his apartment. The complainant stated that on November 8th, 2024, the complainant stated that he was seated on the couch and the defendant became aggressive and punched the complainant on the right side of the face. And the complainant stated the defendant then jumped on him and put her burning cigarette on the right side of his face, leaving a mark and causing him to feel pain. The complainant stated that he told the defendant to leave, but she refused. The complainant was afraid and called 911. And the officer spoke to the defendant, who stated that she and the complainant had been dating for 3 years and that she and the complainant had a verbal argument over a cheating issue in the living room. And the defendant stated that the complainant kept bothering her, accusing her of cheating, and kept following her around. The defendant stated that she then ashed the burning cigarette she was smoking on the complainant's face because the complainant used to get violent with her in the past. And the defendant stated that she did not punch or have any physical contact with the complainant.
Ms. Ellis, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any illegal drugs, I'll put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? She has a prior assault of a family member. Is this the same complaining witness, guys?
No,
it's
Your Honor,
not.
it's a
It
different.
was my
complainant.
ex-husband.
We don't need your help, please. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. If you say something when you think it's going to hurt you, it may very well hurt you. If you think you're trying to help, just don't. I'm ordering you now not to have contact with this person. I'm entering in an order for protection that identifies London Renfro as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where he lives or where he works. Do you understand? That means you're not allowed to go within 200 feet of 10307 Dell Court in Missouri City. You cannot go within 200 feet of that address.
What is the address?
Okay. Until I know differently, you're not to go within 200 feet of that address. You know, we can work things out. My only and my primary concern, Ms. Ellis, is public safety. I will do everything in my power to protect every person of Harris County. If I have to put you in there kicking and screaming, crying and praying to whatever God there may be, I don't care. Do you understand? What do you do for a living?
I drive. I work for Amazon.
Do you have a Texas driver's license, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
I don't currently have a vehicle right now.
You said you're driving something. You have to have
I
car
drive
insurance.
for Amazon. I use their vehicle to deliver packages.
Okay.
So yes, I do have a driver's license.
How much money do you make a month?
Not much. I haven't worked in like a month. I've been having problems with my heart, so I haven't been at work lately.
Are you still earning an income?
As of a month, I haven't worked in like a month because I took an absence of leave because I've been dealing with my heart problems.
Okay. I'll have you fill out an application, but I need to know everything about you. I need to know how much money you have in the bank, what your monthly income is. Don't just put zeros because I'm going to send it back to you. I need to know everything about you. And I'll look to see whether you qualify for an appointed lawyer. Okay. Do not leave until you sign all of our bond conditions. Otherwise, I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. And remember, no alcohol, no illegal drugs. That includes smoking marijuana. If you smoke marijuana, okay? Please.
It's everything.
All right, Judge, can I just come over here, ma'am? Miss Elvis. Next judge is
Can you
case
file no contact and no weapons as well, please?
15. Sir, come on up.
Victoria, what did you say?
Page 15,
Okay.
Sarah.
Edwin Sura Aparicio. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Good morning, Mr. Reyes. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On November 10th, 2024, the officer conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle after observing it run a red light and through an intersection. After the officer turned on emergency lighting equipment, defendant's vehicle accelerated at a high rate of speed. Officer activated sirens. The vehicle slowed down. Upon contact with the defendant, who was the driver of the vehicle, the officer observed red bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant admitted to drinking. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN, 6 out of 6, walk and turn, 3 out of 8, one leg stand, 0 out of 4. The DIC was red and the defendant consented to arrest. The results were 0.15 and 0.149.
You said the stop was
For
for,
running a red light, Your Honor.
oh, he ran a red
He ran a
light.
red light and then the officer pursued.
Got it. Okay. Mr. Sura Aparicio, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
Resident,
Do you have a Texas driver license?
manejar de Texas. Yes.
Can you run his license?
Eligible, Your Honor.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
De responsabilidad. Bajo su nombre. No,
Then you're not allowed to drive.
no se le permite.
I am making that now a condition of your bond. You're not to drive any vehicle until you have car insurance in your name. And we were able to see it. Once you obtain that, come back here, show us that you have it, and then I will take this restriction off. But until I know every person of Harris County is protected in the event that you get into an accident, you're not allowed to drive. It's just the law.
De seguranza sí tengo, pensé que era como seguro.
Oh, I'm sorry, I do have insurance. I thought you were talking about life insurance.
I don't care about life
No, a mí no me
insurance.
importa de seguro de vida.
Car insurance. Show me that you have it with your name before you leave here today, and I won't put this restriction off. I want to know that you're protected. I want to see that you have car insurance, and then we won't restrict your license, your driving privileges. I am ordering you, though, not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bucks. Do you understand?
¿Entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, you have a lawyer,
Tiene un abogado.
job having a lawyer.
Tiene un buen-
Because you do, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Reyes and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If Mr. Reyes tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Una orden de arresto.
Do you understand?
¿Me entiende? Yes.
All right, guys, well, I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and then free to go.
Thanks, Judge.
All right.
Have a great weekend and day.
You too.
For your reset. All right, Judge, the next Spanish arraignment is page 8. Hernandez, Ramos, come on up.
Parece que conteste a voz alta, por favor.
Okay, Luis Hernandez, I'm sorry, Luis Armando Hernandez Ramos,
Yes, I am.
charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine because of the high blow. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Solo esto.
No diga nada.
On November 9th,
El 9 de
2024,
noviembre de 2024.
officer conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle at approximately 10:47 p.m. After observing it weave between two lanes and fail to signal lane changes. Upon contact with the defendant's vehicle, the officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, red glassy eyes, slow speech, unsteady balance, and a glazed over look. The defendant had inconsistent statements and trouble with the timeline of the evening. The defendant admitted to drinking beer in his truck prior to driving. Standard field sobriety test.
Did he have alcohol in the car while he's driving?
Your Honor, yes, and towards the end of the statement. So officers conducted standard field sobriety test, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, and one leg stand 3 out of 4. An inventory search of the vehicle revealed 5 empty 32-ounce Corona bottles, one 32-ounce Corona bottle with 1 ounce.
Corona, I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, fair.
Go a little bit slower, huh?
Yes,
Thank you,
Judge.
sir.
An inventory search of the vehicle revealed 5 empty 32-ounce Corona bottles, one 32-ounce Corona bottle with 1 ounce of fluid in the bottle, and one empty 24-ounce Modelo.
Drinking while driving?
DIC was red and defendant consented to correct. The results were 0.174 and 0.173.
Mr. Hernandez Ramos, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
Ciudadano de Estados Unidos.
Presidente.
I'm a resident.
I don't know if you are or
Yo
not.
no sé si lo
And
es o
quite
no.
frankly, I don't care.
Francamente, a mí no me importa.
But one thing I want you to understand is if there is any problem with your immigration paperwork whatsoever, and you go to jail and immigration finds you,
A la cárcel.
they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in jail
En la
until this case is over with.
caso termine.
And then you will be shipped off to immigration where you will sit for another 6 to 9 months.
6 a 9 meses.
I hope that you would recognize it's damn elementary for you not to have alcohol in the car
Alcohol-
while
alcohol
you
dentro de su
are
carro.
driving. You now,
Ahora,
I am barring you from driving whatsoever. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me that you're not going to drive.
no va.
And I don't care what is going on in your life. If I find that you drive in violation of this affidavit, I can have a hearing to hold you in contempt, slap you with up to 180 days every time you drive.
Yes, cada vez
Do
que
you
maneje.
understand?
Entiende. Yes.
You cannot give any justification at all for getting into a car and driving, and there will be a very hefty toll. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs or unprescribed controlled medication, likewise, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. And like I said, any issues with your immigration whatsoever, you will be with me for a long time.
Va a estar ahí por largo tiempo. Ok.
I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive.
Va a jurar que
I
usted
will
no va
have
a
you sign
manejar.
a reset with Victoria. I will also have you sign your bond conditions with Felicia. We will get you out of here because you need a lawyer to represent you, and we will give you time to go hire a lawyer.
Ya vamos
When you come back, hire a lawyer. If you fail to come back, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Viene otra vez. Yo entonces voy a dar una orden de arresto.
All right, Judge, the next Spanish arraignment is Vasquez Jose. Rodrigo.